My name's Paul Hartnoll. I'm currently of 858, and Paul Hartnoll used to do Orbital for 25 years, and that's me. So far, it's great. I had no idea there was going to be the big Corn Exchange Hall full of technology. I went in there and nearly missed my slot that I was supposed to be doing. But no, it looks good. I literally just arrived, set my gear up, done my little kind of talk through about my live set, and so I'm about to go off and explore. The little sort of seminar that I did, I set up my live set and just talked people through what I do on stage and how it all works, and did a bit of a show and tell about how I play live, a few little demonstrations, a few mistakes, a few good things, just going through it all really, and then people came up afterwards and asked a few questions, that kind of thing. Just trying to demystify what's going on, on stage with this kind of thing, There was a lot of interest. It was good. There seemed to be, and a lot of people came up and had a look at the end. I encouraged them to touch, but they were too shy. I think it's quite good. Getting involved with something like this, you get to meet the people who make the equipment. You get to meet other like-minded people. You get to be a nerd for the day, and it's okay. That doesn't happen at home. I believe Darren Emerson's doing something with Native Instruments later on tonight. If I'm still standing by then, I shall go and see what he's doing. I have an invite to a sort of, DJ Mag are having some kind of soiree at 5 o'clock. It's a bit early for me. But I'm sure that'll be going on for hours. What else? I'm doing another little sort of producers sort of Q&A thing later on, which will be interesting. I think that's just open to anything people want to ask. I want to go and check out the new Roland analog synth, and I want to go and see Machine. I'm rekindling my love affair with Native Instruments Machine. Now they've got Machine 2 out, and I want to go and get any tips and tricks. But I'm really enjoying that at the minute. So yeah, things like that. Just going to go and nerd around and have a look. How do I think brands sit with artists? I mean, basically, I can only speak from the sort of techno point of view. I don't know how it works. Well, I know how it works in rock and roll. Big names get sponsorship and get branding and that kind of thing. That's what happens. Some bands, when they're big enough, can avoid that kind of thing. Like Radiohead, very much so. Refuse to play any venues with branding. Fair play to them. If you can put your money where your mouth is when you're in that position, I think that's great. But for people like me, I'm starting out again, and like Novation, I always used to use. I've always had a good relationship with Novation ever since the base station. Since the base station. But I used to love the Supernova. It was always my go-to in the studio in the late '90s and on stage. And so when they brought out the base station 2 and all their sort of controllers, I've been in a dialogue with them, and they've been really good. They've been giving me loads of kit, which is fantastic, because I need I haven't got the money to inject into the live show at the minute, and they've been really helpful on that. And it's really nice to have a relationship with the manufacturer, because they actually listen to what you're saying. If you've got a problem or something, and Ableton have always been good. Ever since I've used Ableton with Orbital. And now 858, they've always given me Ableton, and they're always there sort of helping out. So that's me plugging my brands to you now, But, it's like, it's kind of when we first started off, the only kind of instruments we used to buy second-hand Roland Korg, Yamaha stuff from sort of thrift shops and things like that, and do what we could. And there was no one to actually talk to. There was no customer service. It was just these big corporations somewhere making fantastic gear, but you just kind of learnt your way through it. And it's as a lot of the people, all the people that work for sort of Novation and that kind of thing, they've all kind of grown up with technology, and it's an industry or a kind of strain of music that's grown together, and it's like all these new technology companies, are working with artists. They kind of seem to want and invite that now, which I don't think used to be the way anymore. And a lot of the people they sponsor they don't just sponsor the big bands, they sponsor little people and creative people, and it's a tit for tat. People do little videos for them now, because that kind of thing with the internet is actually useful for manufacturers to get good demos on their websites.